All right. Yeah. Hello, everyone. All right. I'm back again. As you know, my name is Paul. So I'm here to teach you a bit advanced level of Excel within 30 minutes. So we'll be doing some examples on VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, conditional formatting, and we are going to also touch pivot table and uh, data validation if there is still time. We did that 30 minutes. I just hope that we can do that within 30 minutes. So before we go on it, I want to let you know that this video is proudly sponsored by Beneficence Global Humanitarian Foundation. It's an NGO and its goals is to positively impact the lives of youths and less privileged. And this video is for us to be able to learn and for everyone to be able to learn. And we can see that this beneficial global humanitarian is really doing a good work to also make impact amongst the youth. Shout out to them. So to let's go into our tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to be taking us now is a particular thing in Excel which I know as data validation. So what do you mean by data validation? Data validation is a way of making your Excel sheet or your data to be immune from what's errors, and it helps your data to be correct. Like for example, if someone is going to enter into a particular sheet you have created, you will not be able to enter just anyhow data because you would have given Excel a command of what you need the person to enter into or into the Excel sheet itself. So how do we do that? Now, I want you to follow me as we check it out. So the first thing you have to do is the first you highlight the column. So I'm highlighting A. Let me say, for example, I want to give A in a item. Yeah, I'm creating a data, and heading of my column is item. Then if I should select A, then the next thing I'm going to do, remember I told you that you are going into data validation. You go to your data, then you move to this place. You can see here data validation here. You click on it and you click on data validation. So when you click on data validation, there are many things on data validations. The first thing is any value. Any value, it means that you can put any value you want. That is, even in this item, if someone decided to put his name, even if the name is not an item, it will be there. Do you get? So the person will put it and nothing will happen. Do you get? So this leads to errors. And what data validation does is to reduce all these errors. So from here you can see we have list of things you can allow. You can allow whole number, you can allow decimal, you can allow list, you can allow date, you can allow time, text length, and custom. Let's start with text length. If I allow text length, so they are asking me that do I want the text length to have a minimum and maximum? If I want it to have a minimum and maximum, I will say between. If I want it to be equals to, I will say equal to, I will click on equals to. So if I should let's shape between, let's leave it at between, and I want the length of the text should be like the minimum of 4 and the maximum of 10. And immediately I click on it, minimum of 4, then maximum of 10 of 10, then I click OK. We can see that immediately if I should come here and just write let me say I just write rat, what will it show? You can say the value doesn't match the data validation restriction defined as this cell. So I cannot put in that data because the data is because we set the minimum to 4 and the maximum to 10. So let's try and let's cancel, and let's try and impute something like between, that is between length of what, that is between 4 and 10. For example, let me put an item that is, let me put an item like let's put bucket, and we can see that this, when you click on enter, you can see that easily it accepted the text based on what we have given it. And if I should come here and say, okay, let me just write a long text that is more than 10. Let me see, is this more than 10? Now this is more than 10. You can see that it rejected it because it is more than 10, because we set the minimum and maximum of the data. That's what data validation do. And you can also do other things. For example, if I should come here and I want you to give me some lists, I want you to give me some list that I will not have to type in. I will not have to be typing. I'll just have to start giving what's it called? Start clicking on what I want. You just let me say I want gender. I can just put gender. So this is a column that talks about gender, and I will just come here. Oh, sorry. This gender, I'll just come here and click here. Then go to my data, then text column, then data validation. Then I'm going to change this to lists. Lists, you can see. So from here, I'll just put okay. Since I put in list, I'll just put okay. I want it to show male, and let's start with capital male. Then you put your comma. Then I want it to show female also. Then I'll just click on OK. So immediately I do that, if I should come to this cell, I don't instead of me writing male or female, I'll just have to click here and select anyone. Come here again, click here, select. You get. Come here again, click here, select. So I don't have to type. It makes my work more easier and faster. That is another thing on data validation. There are many things on data validation, but because of our time, we'll not be able to drive more on it. So another thing I want you to know that you know that there was a particular pop-up message. You can create a pop-up message yourself, the message that you want the particular data to pop out whenever you are imputing your data. And we can do that by let's go to data validation. Let's sorry, coming to your data validation. Yeah. Then let's do something there. Just want to show you something on what we can do to our validation, data validation. Remember, we use list male and female. So I can decide to impute message that okay, the message will be put in the right input, and I can say oops, that's wrong. You can see. Then I can put an error alert also. I can say stop and come here. I said put in the right input. Then I click on OK. So if I decided to write, you can see that whenever I click, it's telling me put in the right input, right? If I decided to write, like let me say FEMI, or no, let's say STUDY, and I press enter, you can see put stop, put in the right input. Even before that, you will see that there's an highlighter that said put in the right input. Those are the things we can do with data validation. The data validation helps us to be able to do all these things in the way that you will understand and create a limit to your data and give it a certain restriction. There's more on data validation, but because of our time, we'll be able to go more deeper because we still have a lot of place to cover. So I just advise you to practice more and go around it before you know you get used to it. So the next thing we'll be checking out or we'll be doing is what I call VLOOKUP. We'll be getting to do VLOOKUP. So let's check the VLOOKUP. I'll be starting with VLOOKUP. So I'll be using this data over here. And we can see we have inventory and we have sales. So inventory is just like the total amount of goods that comes into a particular store, while sales is the total amount of goods that is being sold to clients or to customers. So I'm going to be using VLOOKUP to do some things here. I'm going to be using VLOOKUP to do some things here so for us to be able to understand some things that we can make use of VLOOKUP to do. What VLOOKUP actually does is to look up some certain data, having a particular primary data. And what do I call primary data? Like a production ID is also a primary data. So if you come to this place now, we can see that we're having salesperson, and we're having POP 2, P3, and everything is still here, as you can see. So, and we're having price, we're having stock. Do you get price and stock are here? So, we want to do something that every product ID, we want to know their supplier, and we want to have that column here. You can see, though the supplier, the salesperson is here, we want to know the salesperson. Though the salesperson is here, are you getting? We have the salesperson here. We want to put the salesperson at this place. So what we do to just write salesperson, salesperson. Because we have small data, you might be thinking that okay, I can just copy and paste or be looking at it one by one. But you don't actually have to do that. Do you get? And what do you have to do is okay, for example, let me just even start with something. Let me pick this, let me just pick this and bring it to this place, and I want to check the particular category of goods. Let me ask you so you can see this. The category of goods, what kind of category of goods is under this product ID? How will I do that? Look at what you will do. The first thing, you introduce your VLOOKUP. So I want to check product category. Category. So I'm just trying to do this before we go into the next one, and I'm going to use the VLOOKUP twice. I just want to do it here so you can understand what I'm actually driving at and what I'm trying to do over here. So just give it a color so you can have something like this, and give this also a color, and give it just a color here. So I want to look for the product category that is here. So I can just make use of VLOOKUP and said, okay, VLOOKUP. The reason why you can say, okay, I can see it here because we're not using large data. For example, we're just using small data. And the reason why I'm using this small data is for you to be able to understand. So you can also do this in the large data that's much data, so you can easily get what you want to get. So the first thing, you bracket it. Then what am I looking up? I'm looking up this. Are you getting? I want to look for this, then you put your comma. And the next is that, where are you looking for it? I'm looking for it here. I want to look for it around this area. You get? I'm looking for it around this area, this data. Then the next thing is okay. If you are looking for it around this data, so what do you want this thing to return? What do you want Excel to return to you? I want it to return product category. And we count how many columns do we have product category. This is product category, right? One, two, three. So the product category is in column three. You just put your column three. Then they will now ask you that, okay, do you want exact match or approximate match? What do you mean by exact match? Exact match, it means that if they did not see any product category that is being set for P004, they will not look for maybe something that is related. They will just tell you that it is impossible, you can't find it. You get? But if you use approximate match, even if they could not find any product that is related to P005, just look anything that is close to. So for here, we are using exact match, which I'm going to type force, which is the first exact match. Then I close a bracket and enter. You can see immediately brought out electronic. Let's check. PO4, product category is what? Electronic. Okay, if I decide to put, okay, let me put PO2 here. If I should put POO2, POO, if I put POO2, what I just have to do is just come here and come to this place and drag it down. And what do we have? We have ancestry. You can see that is VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP help us to do all these things. Now let me do it for salesperson. Now I want to bring all the salesperson for all this. It's in the new data. It's here. So I don't want to be copying it. So I want to bring everything. And you can see that it is scattered here. We have one here, we have three, here, we have two, here, we have. So that it might be scattered in the second. It might not be arranged the way it was arranged in the inventory. Maybe it's arranged in another way. And you feel like, I'm talking about when you're dealing with a large data now, and you're trying to check, okay, I want to put the salesperson here. So what will you do? What you just have to do, following what I did the first time, introduce your equals to, then you write your V lookup. So when you put your V lookup, then you open your bracket. So you open your bracket, and I'm looking up this, comma. I'm looking it up from here. From here, you can see I'm looking it up from here, then comma again. You come to this place, you can continue your code there. Then is in column, salesperson is in column what? One, two, three, four, five. That's five. Is in column five. You put five. And what I'm looking for is exact match, which is false. I'm looking for exact match. Then you close your bracket and you click enter. Do you see? And you click enter. Okay, let's see what's wrong with our code over here. We have five. Okay, we have false. okay, there is something wrong with it. Let's check what the problem actually is. Coming to sales. Okay, okay, okay. All right. I think you can see where the problem lies. Let's see where the problem lies so we can sort it out. Okay, so we are saying why it's not working. That's we did it and it wasn't working, and why is it like that? So there's something I need to explain to you is that VLOOKUP always see forward. VLOOKUP sees forward. VLOOKUP move forward. It does not go from back. It just move forward. Uh, both VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, but XLOOKUP can both look at the front and the back. You get. So what do I mean by that? It means that the reason why I'm having negative here is because you can see that this is the primary key I'm trying to look at. And this primary key I'm trying to look at cannot be, it's supposed to be at this end, which is A, but it's at this place. So it cannot look for it because it's starting everything from here. So, if I'm going to be counting, it should be that I'm counting from this B, from here to here. Do you get? So if I'm going to do this, this is what I'm going to do. Let me change it. Let's look at it. So I can just come to this place and change it. Let's go back to the beginning. I've selected A2, then I go to my sales. Then I will not select everything here. I will exclude this because I'm picking only from here. So I'm going to just bring out this. Do you get? And bring it out like this. Then comma. And I'm looking now. Is the column is not going to be 5 again, to be 4, counting from 1, 2, 3, 4. So because we are counting from here, remember that's our product ID. So we're going to put it there, and it's going to be like okay, 4. Then remember we are looking for the exact match, which is false. Then wait, I think I clicked the wrong thing. Exact match, false. Double click it on the, then enter. Then we have our Alice here. You can see it has thrown it out, and I can do like this and do it there, and it's going to bring everything out for me. That is VLOOKUP. So HLOOKUP is just the horizontal aspect of it. So I can also do HLOOKUP. And let me give you an example of HLOOKUP here now. Let's say I want to look for a particular this. Let's say I'm looking for let me convert this. I want to use another copy and paste it here, but I'm going to paste it in horizontally. Let me paste it. Okay, paste special. Then I'm pasting it in transpose. Then okay. So I've pasted it horizontally. That means transpose. So I'm removing. Let me remove the salesperson. I'm deleting the salesperson away from it. Sorry, I'm even deleting it completely. So I cleared it, delete, so it's no longer there. So I'm doing this so we can easily do the same this thing we just did now. So if I want to make use of each lookup now let's say I want to make look of each lookup. I want to look at P003. Let me say P003. I want to look at P003. Let me just copy and paste. That's for each lookup. Horizontal. VLOOKUP means vertical lookup. Each lookup means horizontal lookup. So looking at this, I can just say, okay, let me paste it here, Control V, and I want to look for the region. I'm looking for the region this time around. I'm not looking for any other thing than the region. Then I can just come here and put the region, and also come here and say, okay, VLOOKUP. So I'm not sorry, I'm using HLOOKUP now equals to HLOOKUP. So I put my HLOOKUP on, then open brackets, you will see, the open brackets. Then what am I looking up? I'm looking up this, then comma, from where, from this data, I'm looking it up from here, then you put your comma again, then I'm looking it up from which column. So you are not counting like this, you are counting like this. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm counting in 7. You can see comma, then I want the exact match. I want the exact match. Then I close my brackets. Then I enter. You can see that it brought it out immediately, and I can have that in my data. You can see. So from there we can see how it works, and that is horizontal lookup, which is H lookup for you. So moving on, I want us to look at X lookup. Do you know that I can also make use of X lookup to do the same thing I did here? Let me clear it away and then just delete and do the same thing. And how will I do that? Just by clicking on, sorry, just clicking on equals to, then X lookup. So for X lookup, there's a way we do that. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. This does not have X lookup. This is an old version. So if you have a new version, there's X lookup in the new version. But unfortunately, here does not have X lookup. But all these things you can also make use of X lookup, because X lookup is the new uh, Excel that they've just done. That's the new package. Well, if you download the new Excel, the current Excel, you should be able to make use of XLOOKUP. Do you get? So I'm just going to show you what XLOOKUP do. Instead of what XLOOKUP just does was that it also do the same thing that HLOOKUP can do and VLOOKUP. It's just combining XLOOKUP and HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP in a particular place. So it means that if you have the new version, you don't even need to do the VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP. You have to make use of the X lookup. Do you get? So that's for each X lookup. So now we want to do if functions. How do you make use of if functions in your work? That all right. So let's check the if functions, and we call it a day. So we have to take 3 minutes to check the if functions. Now for the stock, now I might decide to put some remark. You get? Let's say I want to put remark, then I can say okay. So I can make use of if function to put remark that I will say okay. Whenever like equals to if, then bracket open. What am I trying to do here? I want to put remark. Those that are into stock or inventory, we know that there's something we call minimum stock level. So you want it to be that whenever your stock is in a particular amount or less than a particular amount, it should show non-sufficient. Do you get? And whenever it's a particular amount, it's also sufficient. So let's say we want to make it 10. Do you get? So we're going to say if this is less than, choose less than 10. Let's say less than, let's put less than 11. Let's put less than 11. So it just starts with 10. It is what? Insufficient. It is insufficient. Insufficient, comma, else. It is what? Sufficient. It is sufficient. Else it is sufficient. So it means that whenever stock is less than 11, it will tell us that it is insufficient. But if it is not less than, it will show sufficient. So let's close and enter. So we can see that there is a problem there which have to be solved. Let's do that. So the reason why it is showing this, the reason why it is showing this is because there's so the reason why it is showing this is because we can see here that though there's something we call string. All this they are string. Then that means we have to introduce some comma there. Let's just put a quotation mark. Put a quotation mark. Also here put a quotation mark just to show that it is a string. Then you click on enter. You click on enter, and you can see that over here it's writing insufficient. Do you get? Okay, let's make it 11. Let's make it 15. So at least we can have just maybe two insufficient. Let's put it at 16. Then enter. So from here, this is insufficient, right? Then let's make it everywhere. You can see that 15 is insufficient, 20 is sufficient. You can see all those things immediately. Let us to know that sufficient, this is sufficient, and this is insufficient. And you can also make use of conditional formatting to just mark those ones that are insufficient, maybe in red or in distance. So you can do that by you can just let's see, mark everything together and go to. and just move to data. Oh, we're still in file coming. Home, conditional formatting. Then I want to set highlights when it is less than. So less than what? When when it is less than what? So I want to look at stock. Do you get? So I'm not looking at this. I'm looking at when stock. That means this place like this. I just mark it is when this is put your less than when it is less than 16. You see the way we put it. When this stock is less than 16, then it should show this. Should let's give it a color. Or when it is less than 16, should show this coming. Also give it a color. Control Z to go back to our normal way. So conditional formatting, highlight, less than. When it is less than what? When it is less than, I want to see when it is less than uh 16. You can see. So when it is less than 16, you should just give it a color. Let's say you should give it this color and enter. You can see that it has given it the color. So because I marked everything, that is why it just show the color all together because it see those ones as a zero. Let me format that away. That is going to conditional formatting. Then you go to manage the clear rule. It will clear all the rules. You will clear all the rules from everything. Clear rules. So to clear all the rules, so let me just bring it this way and bring it forward to this place. Then highlight, which is greater than or less than. So, sorry, we are using less than. So we're using less than. I want it to be less than. So I'm highlighting. Then I'm using less than. Then I want it to be less than 16. Anyone that is less than 16 should be highlighted. So I choose the color. So you can see that everyone that is less than 16 is being highlighted. So if I come over here, let's say, let me just copy this. Let me copy this. Copy. Then paste. Are you getting? So when I decide to make this, let's say I decide to make this 5. Immediately I click enter, you see that it changes to insufficient. So if I come here to let me give this 6. Let me give this 6. You can see. So if I come here, if I and immediately it marked it abi. Let me change it to 50. Let me change to 50, enter. You can see that the mark has removed and it's showing sufficient. If I come here and change this one to let's change it to 7. So you can see that immediately it marked it and gives it what? Insufficient. It gives it insufficient, and we can see how conditional formatting can help us to do this in a perfect way. So that is all for for the advanced level. I will advise you to continuously practice VLOOKUP, practice each lookup, and if you have the current version of Excel, you can also do well to practice the X lookup also. And we have if function. We're able to do if function, though we have more functions. We have ifs functions, we have a lot of functions which you can also practicalize to make sure you know the more you work on it, the more you get to know a lot of it. And again, I want us to know that practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more you become perfect in what you are actually doing. Now, I want to mention that this video was sponsored by Beneficence Global Humanitarian Foundation. So, Beneficence Global Humanitarian Foundation, thank you so much for for this opportunity for people to learn. So it is sponsored by them and it's an NGO, and the goal is just to impact the lives of the youth and those that are less privileged. So that is why this course is coming up. Shout out to them. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.